The next round of Strong Workforce applications is due September 9th, 2021. This date will provide me with enough time to gather all of our projects into one application for the Chancellor's Office. This form does not save automatically. I recommend that you write your form in a separate word processing program like Google or Word, and then cut and paste in your answers. Otherwise, there is a save feature at the bottom that will send you a link to continue your application should you need to walk away before finishing. For those of you who received a round of funding last time, the good news is the application has not changed. The Chancellor has not changed their application, so ours remains the same as well. Some highlights. Primary faculty is the person responsible for the budget. Also, please include a number where I can reach you on September 9th when I'm reading the applications to ensure that you are fully funded. It is important we understand what you are proposing and how it will improve your degrees and certificates and increase student performance metrics, especially related to student employment. Backed by popular demand, the top code book. I know it's helpful for new faculty or people who just want to make sure they have the correct top code. Under plan rationale, it is important to upload your labor market information. The labor market information must come from the Employment Development Department labor market information, and there's a video to show you how. Now, some of you may become frustrated that your program is not properly represented. For example, if you're in information technology or GIS, and the data only gives you teachers and managers. However, the important thing in LMI is that there are jobs available. We know that every field includes IT and GIS, therefore it is impossible to quantify the breadth of positions available. As long as the industry is not in decline, we are okay. I don't want you to waste your time adding extra information when the labor market information is enough. The next 3 questions are big picture questions that the Chancellor's Office uses when advocating for our continued funding. Do your best. Remember, there are no wrong answers. If you were talking to a senator on the Education Committee, what would you want that senator to know about your programs? Think about that as you're completing these big picture questions. Next, the Vision for Success Goals and Strong Workforce Program Metrics. I know this table is a bit wonky, but you really only need one. Pick the best one and leave it at that. Briefly describe investments. Investments is an interesting word. I believe that they want to know about the things you plan to buy. If you are requesting an air compressor, how will that investment result in increased student success metrics for our students? Another is professional development. How will the conference help? I know that learning better assessment and teaching, especially online teaching techniques, will go a long way to help students complete their courses with the skills needed to enter the workforce. In Work Plan and Budget, please complete the Excel budget first, and then enter an activity for each item you wish to purchase. Let me show you an example. In this Excel budget, a program, this is nursing. So right here, you're just going to put health sciences. So always put your program name there. And then you're going to go ahead and pick which activities you're going to purchase. So this time they wanted travel, they wanted some memberships, and they wanted some equipment at various levels of equipment. So if you fill out this first, and then you come here, you can put, for example, one activity would be conference, right? A professional, or you can put, professional development. Okay, the type of activity. This is just choose the thing that you think most applies. So does professional development address new industry priorities? It could if you're going to an industry conference. Does it help develop curriculum? It could if you're improving pedagogy. Or right here, faculty professional development. That seems to match. A description of the activity, attend a conference. You can keep these descriptions to 1 or 2 words. Regional priority sector, I mean, do your best. And for the example, we were in health sciences. And then the estimated cost, we really don't want to go over $2,500 per conference. So let's keep that at a lower rate. And then when you're done, you're going to click this plus button and enter your next line that you want to purchase. And then you can do as many as you want. When you're finished entering your table, then you upload your spreadsheet here. And lastly, our success stories. This is a new feature, and again, I believe this really has to do with the Chancellor's office advocating to the legislators about how this funding really impacts our schools and our students. So when you're writing this, picture that you're standing in front of a legislator right here in the Capitol, and you're talking to them and you're thanking them for this funding that you've received in your college. I want to encourage you to be specific and current. So if you can think about the last funding cycle, some of the things you may have purchased or some of the things you might have done with the funding. And don't be shy about professional development. If you attended a conference and you got a lot out of it and you were able to come back and really improve your program and your students maybe gave you some feedback, that's a wonderful success story. I have 2 examples for you. One example from last round, a program submitted for their success story, students on average transfer in 2 years or less. Well, that's a great success story, but it's very general. And so if I was standing in Capitol Hill talking about it, I mean, it would be great to say that. But another faculty submitted this. We applied for funding and were successful. Having the funds for our new weight room has helped to engage students, increase access to disabled students, and make those in the program feel they're getting training to work in a high-tech gym. Okay, that was just the beginning of their story, and it went on from there to really spell out how their project improved their certificates and programs for their students. So just keep in mind, if you can tell a really heart-filled story, and we can again go to Sacramento and keep this funding in place for our very vital career technical ed programs, then that would be wonderful. And again, I'm available to meet with any of you one-on-one and complete the application together. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to reading all of your wonderful work.